Hi, my dear mechanical student children, mighty mechanicals. Welcome to the awareness session on revised scheme and pattern of UPSC Engineering Services 2017 for mechanical engineering. As you are well aware of, the revised pattern consists of three-stage or three-tier system. The stage 1 preliminary exam, the stage 2 the mains exam, conventional one, and the stage 3 the personality test. Now let us see this pattern, revised pattern. So in the stage 1 you have general studies and engineering aptitude. The time allotted is 2 hours and the marks allotted 200. Now paper 2, the concerned engineering discipline, you belong to mechanical engineering. So naturally you will write with mechanical engineering. The paper is 3 hours duration and maximum marks 300. The entire stage 1, the prelims, is of multiple choice objective type. The subtotal is 500 marks. The UPSC has a discretion of fixing certain minimum marks for qualifying both in general studies and aptitude paper and technical paper separately and also combined together. It means you cannot neglect any paper. You must focus both on general studies and technical paper simultaneously. Now let us see the stage 2. The stage 2 is conventional, long answer questions. So the syllabus of mechanical engineering included in stage 1 is divided into 2 papers. So the paper 1, paper 2, each of 3 hours duration and 300 marks. Conventional question type, long answer question type. The subtotal of stage 2 will be 600 marks. Now the total written, that is stage 1 plus stage 2 together 1100 marks. So based on these 1100 marks, the UPSC may fix cutoffs for different categories. So for the final stage personality interview, the marks what you obtain in this stage 1 plus stage 2 will be decided. And you may be aware, general principles are from stage 1 to stage 2. How many students will be advanced to stage 2? The general ratios will be throughout India 1:10 to 1:12. I hope UPSC may maintain the same ratio. From stage 2 to stage 3, that is to personality test, the general ratios in India will be varying from 1:2 or to 1:2.5, etc. These are the general practices. Now, in stage 3 personality test, 200 marks, it is interview, and the total of stage 1 plus stage 2 plus stage 3 is 1300 marks. So your final selection to any department depends upon how many marks you secure out of these 1300 marks. Fine. Now let us see the importance of stage 1. So stage 1 I said preliminary, objective type. I can say as far as stage 1 general studies and engineering aptitude is concerned, almost 70 to 80% is new syllabus. The traditional subjects like history, geography, biological sciences, etc., I can say that they are kept aside. Even the English, general English subject is also kept aside. But in spite of that, the new subjects like project management, ethics and values in engineering profession, design, drawing, safety, etc. Total 10 topics in stage 1 general studies engineering aptitude paper are included. One must be very careful. Of course, most of these subjects of general studies paper, they are a part of the 4 years engineering curriculum as on today in majority of the universities. Those who have studied their BTech 4 years, their university syllabus in a systematic way, I think for them it's not a problem. But for others who have neglected these general subjects during engineering, they have to little bit be alert or focus. Now, it is a screening test for stage 2. Screening doesn't mean that its marks are not going to be included. The marks are going to be included in the final selection. So it is also useful for Public Service Commission and PSUs. See, an observation of the syllabus and exam pattern of various state service commissions in India, I observed that if you prepare seriously for stage 1, that is prelim, it is going to be useful to crack majority of the competitive exams, state service commission exams throughout India, including the generation corporations, DISCOMs, Transco, because most of them are objective type. The second is public sector undertakings. You know, some of the public sector undertakings have linked their jobs with GATE score. But still, there are certain companies like SAIL, Bharat Electronics Limited, and there are so many other who are conducting their own exam. So in those exams, I have seen the basic engineering, which is now included in engineering services, is a part of these competitive exams. For example, you are a mechanical engineer, no doubt, but you are supposed to know certain fundamental principles of civil engineering, electrical engineering, electronics engineering, chemical engineering, the general engineering. These topics are now included in engineering service. So if you prepare once for these things in engineering services, definitely it will be a cakewalk for you to write any other public sector undertaking exam. Right. It is useful for GATE. In what way, sir, you may ask? You know, GATE is also objective type, but generally GATE is more numerical oriented. As far as IES objectives are concerned, you know, they are mostly analytical, conceptual based questions like assertion, reasoning, match the following, pick up the correct and incorrect statements. No doubt there are some 30 to 40 objective questions also, let us say. But those numerical questions, they need just the mathematical IQ. Separately, you need not use calculator. But in the case of GATE exam, usage of calculator becomes compulsory. So what you have to do? See, the stage 2 is long answer questions. But if you don't find time in the preparation of stage 1, you need not go for long answer question. But if you prepare for some numerical questions which may take 3 to 5 minutes, then this preparation of stage 1 is not only useful for engineering services but also useful for GATE exam. And it is also going to be a foundation for, solid foundation for stage 2 of engineering services. So I advise you to go through some numerical questions also, which will consume 3 to 5 minutes. And it covers theoretical conventional questions of stage 2. See, if you see the revised pattern, there are some theoretical questions we can expect because theoretical subjects are included. The objective questions will come from these theoretical concepts. So, the questions which are going to appear in the long answer type in stage 2, in my opinion, for ESE, not only numerical but also theoretical conceptual. So, once you understand the entire theoretical part for stage 1, they are going to be useful even for stage 2. And I say that it is a good foundation for stage 2. How do you say? Suppose you have a question in velocity triangles in hydraulic machines or steam turbines, whatever it may be. You have a question from velocity triangle. If you just mug up a velocity triangle, say for a Kaplan turbine, you can't answer. But if you understand how those velocity triangles are derived, then they are useful not only for stage 1, even for stage 2 long answer questions. Say you have Euler's equation. Euler's equation consists of both pressure and gravity forces. Suppose a question is asked, Euler's equations are based on energy balance or momentum equation or say Newton's second law. How do you answer? In fact, all of you know the answer for this is Newton's second law. Force is the rate of change of momentum. Euler's equation consists of forces. So majority may think that Euler's equations relate to energy balance, but from thinking from roots of the subject, it is based on Newton's second law. To clear stage 1, you have to understand the Euler's equations or whatever it may be in detail. And this particular type of preparation is useful for stage 2 where derivations they may ask. So, the stage 1 preparation is going to be a solid foundation for stage 2. Fine. Now, preparation strategy for stage 1. What is the preparation strategy? In my opinion, we have two types of students. Just freshers who are completing their B.Tech in the May or June and they try to crack IES. It is expected in general that stage 1 may be conducted or likely to be conducted in the month of February. So from July to February, hardly 7 or 8 months. Is it sufficient? Certainly it is sufficient. If you understand the syllabus of stage 1 and if you have a proper guidance, then very easily you can crack stage 1. Suppose you are a repeater, then what shall be the preparation strategy? For freshers, I strongly advise to understand in a conceptual way from the objective perspective and at the same time understanding the derivations so that some of the objectives you can answer very effectively in stage 1. In case of repeaters, because you have already have some foundation, you may in parallel prepare for both stage 1 and stage 2. It depends upon your background. Now, focus on general studies and engineering aptitude. I told you there is a huge change in the syllabus. If you have not studied these topics properly during your B.Tech curriculum, be careful, because it is going to have 200 marks out of 500 marks. It also may decide your entry to stage 2. So, daily have some time allotted for stage 2. For this, I advise you have to read some leading newspaper, whether in English or in whatever language you want, on the topics relevant to our present scheme. Now focus on technical subjects with respect to your subjects you can, but don't compromise any concept as far as stage 1 is concerned. you have to understand every concept from nook and corner, because the marks of stage 1 are going to be included in the final selection. So don't neglect anything, right? Now preparation strategy for stage 2. Generally, UPSC will conduct the mains exam for civil services after a span of around 4 months, approximate 4 months from the date of prelims. We can expect a similar time span for engineering services also. Because you have already prepared in detail for stage 1 prelims, I think stage 2 preparation, which is nothing but long answer questions, conventional type, it's quite easy. 4 to 5 months time, it's not an ordinary time. It is much sufficient. You have already gone through certain fundamental derivations of various topics. You have understood various theoretical perspectives. Stage 2 mains will consist of both the numerical and theoretical questions. So, for stage 2, I think it's not a problem. If you had a strong solid foundation for stage 1, this 4 to 5 months time is quite sufficient. Now, what type of questions you can expect in stage 2? As I already mentioned, theoretical and numerical. But there is a chance, because it is a new pattern, there may be a change in the pattern of questions asked in stage 2. If you see the previous questions of 20 years back, or if you see the civil services questions will have linkage with more than 2 subjects. Suppose you want to design a shaft. A shaft may be subjected to axial force, shear force, bending moment, and a torsion. Now, it is subject to a complex system of forces. For this complex system of forces, you have to design the shaft using the theories of failure, subject of strength of materials, principles of machine design, both are included. So, I am expecting not just 2 marks, 4 marks questions like that. I am expecting little bit lengthy, long answer numerical questions, so that the UPSC can test your design skills also. Now, my dear students, children, with respect to the technical papers, paper 1 and paper 2, our subject experts, Professor Shyam and Professor Balraj sir, will explain about paper 1 and paper 2.
This is Dr. Shyam Kumar, Professor in Mechanical Engineering. Would like to focus on the changes in the new pattern for IES 2017 from the present pattern of IES 2016. And first I would like to focus on the paper 1 of Mechanical Engineering, which basically consists of the thermal engineering stream along with fluid mechanics. In the old pattern, we have about 4 subjects, and which were reorganized into 6 subjects in the present pattern, and the reorganization was basically a very streamlined manner, including the subjects. And when it comes to the 4 subjects like fluid mechanics, thermodynamics, cycles and IC engines, heat transfer and refrigeration and air conditioning, fluid machinery and steam turbines, is basically streamlined into 6 subjects like fluid mechanics as it is. There is no change from the old version. And then the thermodynamics and heat transfer are added together for the basic concepts on thermodynamics, thermal engineering. And whereas they have added all the cycles including IC engines, refrigeration and air conditioning cycles into one particular subject. And then turbo machinery is the new topic, or rather new name included in the subject, but basically which consists of the topics from the fluid machinery and the something from the fluid mechanics. They are together into turbo machinery. And the next one is the power plant engineering. It is also a new topic, but it is basically reorganized into one. So a fresh subject which is added in thermal engineering, or that is paper 1 is renewable sources of energy. Now let us try to focus from the paper 1. The first subject is fluid mechanics, and if you try to see the syllabus on fluid mechanics, basically the major changes we would like to put it in this particular way. So it's almost the entire syllabus from the fluid mechanics is retained, and the major change is there is no addition that is interesting in this particular one. Rather, there was certain deletions from the subject, and which are majorly focused on open channel flow and the compressible fluid flow. Except these two, there is no change or no additions in the fluid mechanics. In that way, it is rather simplified to the present IES 2017 aspirants. And when it goes to the next subject, that is thermodynamics and heat transfer, the basic concepts of thermal engineering are added together into a single subject like thermodynamics and heat transfer. The previous topics as it is, they are retained from the both subjects and put into a basic subject like thermodynamics and heat transfer. And when you try to see the points to remember, particularly from this particular one, if you want to summarize, it is almost the same from the both basics from the both subjects are added, and there is a small change, that is compressibility factor and gas mixtures is added into this particular one. Otherwise the syllabus is more or less same as far as this subject is concerned. So when you go for the third subject, that is the ESE engines, refrigeration and air conditioning, and earlier these used to be different subject, but all the cycles, basic cycles are added together. That means the cycles related to IC engines, refrigeration and air conditioning are added together and is treated as one particular subject. And let us try to see on the major points when we try to see on this particular. The major points are IC engines and refrigeration and air conditioning, it is almost same except the reorganization is concerned. And the third subject is turbo machinery, which is actually added as a new subject, but majority of them are reorganized from different other subjects. Earlier used to be in different part of the subjects. And the first one is the old syllabus, it comes with fluid machinery topic. Now it is reorganized into a more broader subject like turbo machinery, and which includes the topics on the fluid machinery, like it is the hydraulic turbines, and also the gas turbines are added. Again, along with gas turbines, even the jet propulsion and reciprocating and rotary compressors also added as per this particular subject is concerned. And the next subject which we would like to take up on this particular one is, it is the power plant engineering, which is earlier is part of the steam generators in the old syllabus. Now it is revised into a new subject focusing on the present power needs of the country, focusing more on power plant engineering. And let us try to see what changes we have from this particular one. So there are the few changes, major changes we have in this particular one is mainly the nuclear power plants and the fans and blowers, compressible fluid flow are deleted from this particular subject. But however, in place of this particular one, more focus is given on power plant components like condensers, air ejectors, electrostatic precipitators and cooling towers, and these topics are presently added in the new chapter. Earlier these are all more or less available under steam generators. Now it is redefined with a new subject name with more broader area like power plant engineering. And the next subject is the renewable source of energy, and this is the completely addition from the IES 2016 syllabus. And as far as this particular subject is, it is wholly added. Mainly this subject will be, as part of this particular one is concerned, with the need for the more economical, eco-friendly power systems. We are depending on the, what you call it as the unconventional energy sources. It is basically, this part will be, as far as concerned, it is theory type. You can expect the questions to be on theory type. So as far as the syllabus is concerned, it is 90% of the syllabus is more or less same, only about 5 to 10% syllabus is removed and the remaining one is added, and we are here to help you, and we are confident that we have enough strength to give you the best coaching and best training in this particular one. Thank you, and I wish you all of them a very high success and good luck. Thank you.
Dear students, my name is Dr. G. Balaraju. I am Professor of Mechanical Engineering from ESE Engineering Academy. So I would like to share a few information, a few points regarding the revised syllabus of ESE 2017. As you are aware, UPSC board has changed the syllabus. It's a very good sign and welcoming sign. And as per concern to paper 2 of mechanical engineering, there are major changes, particularly 2 subjects added, namely mechatronics is a new subject and maintenance engineering the second subject. And however, robotics already there, you cannot think that it is a new subject. And as per concern to deletions, so previously we have elements of computation. So this time they deleted that elements of computation. When we go through the details, the first subject, engineering mechanics. So in the previous syllabus, you can find the contents under the heading of strength of materials. This time they changed the title. They kept as engineering mechanics. What are the additions in this subject? The basics of engineering mechanics they have added, such as analysis of system of forces, friction, centroid, and center of gravity, and dynamics. And as per concern to deletions, a few topics they have deleted, like thermal stresses, shear stress distribution, helical springs, columns and struts. However, theories of failure topic they have reorganized, that means they have shifted to design of machine elements. They have shifted to DME. And coming to the second subject, engineering materials, absolutely there is no change as per concern to syllabus. They have added a new topic, that is corrosion resistance and how to prevent the corrosion. In place of composite materials, they have added nanomaterials. Maybe as you are aware that nanomaterials are advanced, and there are many applications we use these nanomaterials. And the plastic, ceramics and composite materials, almost they have removed. And coming to third subject, mechanisms and machines. Previously it is known as theory of machines. As per concern to syllabus, there are no major changes, but however only they have reorganized. As per concern to the gyroscopes, you know very well in GATE 2016 also gyroscopes added. Almost it is equivalent to GATE 2016 theory of machines syllabus. And the flywheels, just only they have shifted to design of machine elements. And as per concern to the next subject, design of machine elements. In this subject, there are no changes, but however only reorganizations, like flywheels, they have shifted from theory of machines, and the theories of failure they have taken from the strength of materials. And deletions, maybe those are very nominal, and as per concern to the deletions, belt and chain drives, particularly power transmission elements, they have deleted. And as well as some couplings and power screws and wire ropes. And coming to the next subject, so production. So previously we have 2 titles, production engineering and industrial engineering. This time UPSC board they have revised the things, and they have made it as only 1 title, and no doubt it is one of the heavy topics as per concern to paper 2. And when you see the syllabus looks like a simple metal casting they mentioned, metal forming, metal joining, only the title they have mentioned. Don't think that only casting means very simple. The previous syllabus, whatever available under the heading of casting, everything is included. So don't assume that, maybe don't think that metal casting means only one simple topic. And as per concern to the rest of the things, metal forming, metal joining, and machining, machine tool operations, only headings they have given, and contents may be just similar to the previous syllabus. And as per concern to the major changes in industrial engineering, many topics they have deleted. When you look at the deleted topics, value engineering, quality management, job design, work measurement, these topics they have totally deleted. From the production engineering, a few topics like unconventional machining process as well as jigs and fixtures they have removed. And coming to additions, maintenance engineering, a new topic is added. So as per concern to maintenance engineering, a few universities this subject may be elective, but however it is very important as per concern to industry. In most of the industries, the maintenance is one of the biggest issues, since lots of funds we have invested in the form of equipment. So there is a need of checking the condition time to time. As a matter of condition monitoring, we know three modes. Vibrations generally we consider as the major signal, and which is to be diagnosed and which is to be analyzed time to time. And the other one we know very well, debris and wear analysis, maybe the oil analysis. The third one we are very much aware about NDT techniques. Today we have ultrasonics and many advanced methods for analyzing the condition of a particular machine or maybe machine tool. Okay, this maintenance engineering is a new subject, but no need to worry about this, and very theory based, as well as if you go through it, it's a very simple and easy to understand. And coming to the sixth subject, which is a very new and looks a new subject, mechatronics. And we know very well mechatronics is a synergistic integration of mechanical as well as other disciplines like electrical, electronics and control systems. This subject, the student may be facing some difficulties. However, most of the mechanical engineering students might have come across basic electrical engineering and basic electronics. Those fundamentals we are going to take under this heading. If you see the contents, you will get the clarity. Mainly we are going to focus on microcontrollers, microprocessor architectures, and a programmable logical controller, and the integration of PLC and PMC, and different sensors, actuators. No doubt this subject is very new, but it's a very interesting, and you can enjoy this subject. You will get only theory questions and you cannot expect any problems except control systems. There is a possibility of transfer function problems. Other than that, you will get only theory questions. And as per concern to the second heading, robotics, maybe mechatronics and robotics, the second part if you take, robotics already there under the heading of production engineering of old syllabus, but only just they have elaborated little bit in the form of they have added some configurations, and the kinematics they have included. Maybe it is just like a theory of machines. And with these changes, I think the syllabus is very effective. And being a mechanical engineer, you are supposed to expose various disciplines, and today there is a need of focusing on almost all disciplines. Multidisciplinary approach is very much needed and it is very much essential. So I think only the syllabus 10 to 20% maybe variation. I don't think the new syllabus is very tough and very complex, and if you prepare for GATE, almost it is more or less equivalent. And if you need any further assistance, we are here, and you can make use of expertise as well as experts, and always you can contact ESE Engineering Academy for any further clarifications. I wish you all the best.
Dear student children, I hope you are enlightened with our professors. If you have any doubts or need any more clarifications, feel free to contact ESE Engineering Academy. If you need motivational guidance, classroom coaching, postal coaching, online or offline test series, better than the best, choose ESE. To win the race, join ESE.